And we have a quorum tonight, and all three members here were at that meeting. So is there a motion or any comments or questions?
I'll move approval of the minutes as written.
Is there a second? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The next item is the only business item for tonight, is approval for a special event beer permit for the Red, White, and Blues Community Picnic.
Is this working? You hear me? I'm David Purvis. I live at 605 Warrendale Drive. I am the treasurer of the Farragut Business Alliance, which is the key sponsor for the Red, White, and Blues event on July 3rd. It'll be from 6:30 till 10 p.m. At Doug Horn's property adjoining the Farragut Press offices.
Thank you very much. Is there any comments or questions from any of the board members this evening? Is everything in order?
Everything's in order.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll move that we approve the beer permit for the Red, White, and Blue Pre-Independence Day Community Picnic on July the 3rd.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
They're also asking for the $100
the fee to-
Oh, yeah,
application fee
Thank
to be
you.
waived.
Yeah, for the fee to be waived, because town is a sponsor of this event as well. So.
Okay. I'm going to move to approve that. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so
We
much
appreciate
for
it.
that.
Thank you.
That'll close the June 26, 2014 Farragut Beer Board meeting. So I'll turn it over to the mayor.
All right, so this is now becoming the Farragut Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting for June 26, 2014. We have some Boy Scouts. I'm sure you're here for a badge, right? We have some little pins that we give out to the, so at some point come on down and get a pin for yourself. You may not learn much tonight because we're trying to break the record. Our quickest meeting ever was 10 minutes. So we'll see. First item, we will all rise for the invocation to be given tonight by Dave Benner, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, and I understand Boy Scouts are going to lead us on the pledge. Yeah.
Well, let's pray. Lord, thank you for this evening and this opportunity to gather together. I thank you for this leadership group here. I pray that you give them wisdom and guidance as they meet and deliberate over different items. I pray blessing on the town of Farragut as we continue to seek after ways to build this community in a way that makes it a loving and kind and helpful community. We thank you, Lord, that you guide us and lead us. And we pray blessing upon the leadership tonight as they continue to lead our community. And we thank you for all these things. In your name, Lord, amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, boys. Come get your pens, please.
Yep, right here.
And thank you for being here.
There's four? Yeah. Here's an extra. Do y'all have enough?
Next item is approval of the agenda, which is very short, of course.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next item is mayor's report, and I can tell you that three of us, Dot LaMarche and David Smoke and I, went to the TML meeting, Tennessee Municipal League meeting in Chattanooga this last weekend, getting back home on Wednesday. These meetings are always educational, and we have issues going on in the state legislature that are not real keen on cities, and so we heard a lot of talk, a lot of gnashing of teeth, but ultimately the legislature will have the last word. Anybody else have anything to say?
I'd just like to report on my trip to Burleson, Texas. I'm now the liaison to small cities from the National League of Cities. And I was there about a week ago representing the town of Farragut. These are elected officials from all over the United States who participate in small cities. And we were discussing many of the things that we want to take back to the National Board, which will be meeting in July, so that they can then try to make some of the changes that are going to benefit small cities in the future. And I thank the town for giving me the opportunity to do this.
Thank you. Next, we're going to have a report from our AmeriCorps person this year, right? Explain what AmeriCorps is.
Sure. I'll give you a real quick introduction before I introduce Gwen. AmeriCorps engages more than 80,000 Americans in intensive service each year at nonprofits, schools, public agencies, and community and faith-based groups across the country. Since the program's founding in 1994, more than 800,000 AmeriCorps members have contributed more than 1 billion hours in service across America while tackling pressing problems and mobilizing millions of volunteers for the organizations they serve. The Knox County CAC's AmeriCorps program is comprised of 40 members from the Knoxville area, as well as from around the country that commit to a year of national service. These members support regional environmental service entities, including IMS Nature Center, Knox County Stormwater, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and the Town of Farragut Stormwater Matters program. We have a representative, Brian Blackman with the CAC is here to watch Gwen's presentation. And this is the third year the town has partnered with the CAC to engage an AmeriCorps service member. Our member contributes a remarkable amount to our program. When I first got here, our program was me. And then 3 years ago, we got an AmeriCorps member that effectively doubled our capacity to get things done. Gwen came to the town in August of 2013 from her home state of Florida after completing her bachelor's degree in anthropology. Gwen has worked with town staff in stormwater, sustainability, and leisure services, as well as external partners like the Water Quality Forum, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, and has brought her heart and passion to her work throughout the year. And it's my pleasure to introduce Gwen Slater. She's our 2013-2014 AmeriCorps member, and she's going to talk to y'all a little bit about what she's done this year.
Thank you.
Can everybody hear me okay? Awesome. Well, good evening, everyone. As he was so kind to introduce me, my name is Gwen Slater, and I've been fortunate enough to be the third AmeriCorps member for the Town of Farragut Stormwater Matters program. Could you please switch the slide?
Oh, you have the clicker. Should be right in front
gosh,
of you.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. As he may have told you, I have come from my home state of Florida. I have obtained my bachelor's degree from the University of Florida. No judgment, please. Comments waits to the end. Thank you. I have been most fortunate in my degree of anthropology to gain a certain insight of understanding our human civilization, society, in many different views. My main concern, however, was of biological anthropology, which deals with human health and disease and cultural adaptations. With this, I became extremely interested in the environment, because something that became readily apparent to me is that our environment has the most impact upon our health. And so, looking into something, also wanting to do my part and join into the community service, I looked into AmeriCorps, and I looked into the ideals of hopefully combining my love of biology with environment. And luckily, I was directed towards the Town of Farragut Stormwater Matters program. Essentially, something that became apparent to me, and my main motivation for this, was that as much as I could focus on human health, I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to be able to have the opportunity to engage with people in society on a one-to-one level and be able to understand and to be able to understand a greater way that I can help and communicate with people. And luckily, I joined AmeriCorps as of August 5th of 2013. I moved here in my little red Honda Fit, along with a little help from my dad. And I embarked on this awesome journey. I did do my training with Ruth Ann Hanahan and her assistant Roy, who's also part of the water quality team over there. And I had a whole month of training within the aspects of chemical and physical analysis of the streams, but also exactly how to engage with the public and children as well in different educational aspects. And as you can see, I am not very tall, so I'm sitting on top of a turbidity tube in that picture. It's one of my favorites. Now, one of my most favorite aspects of this program that I got to engage in and really got to grit my teeth into was the Adopt a Stream program. It's a program that focuses on the ideals of water quality conservation and preservation, but also in conjunction with getting the public involved in cleanups and educational efforts and having them put forth their own effort and take charge of their environment and their town. I had about 6 or 7 different groups come out during my year of service, and they were all from all over the place. Most of them also local Farragut businesses, but also certain educational groups as well, such as the Seventh-day Adventist group. They were a very energetic group of children, but it was a lot of fun because I got to take them out into the stream, waders and all, and I got to show them what it means when you look at the stream, how to gauge their health, and the different biological and physical aspects, but also just get them to have fun and realize it isn't a chore to take care of your environment. It actually can be tons of fun and educational, of course. Master Custom Homes, which is a local Farragut business here, was actually one of my most favorite groups. They had a lot of energy and a lot of gumption. As you can see, doing the can and waders is no easy feat. So it's a great way to see their participation. We also have our local Farragut High School with the National Junior ROTC program. They came in all on their own and they helped clean up a portion of Turkey Creek with pickers and waders. It was great to work with the maybe not so younger portion of the society, considering I'm not much that older and really not taller either. So it's a great way to engage on that sort of level, so I could go ahead and get them really excited for wanting to do things for their environment and community. I also worked with the Farragut Rotary Club, and we helped clean out the portion of Turkey Creek right behind Costco. It was great to talk a little bit more about Farragut, actually, because I live somewhat close near here in the west of Knoxville, but it was good to kind of talk with them one-on-one because they actually knew a bit more about the area than I did. So it was great. As a final statistical analysis of my work with the Adopt a Stream program, we collected 168 pounds of trash and debris from the stream system here, or the Turkey Creek watershed. 19 miles of stream were improved, and 43 new volunteers were leveraged for the Adopt a Stream program. Another huge portion of my time here with AmeriCorps has been involved in education and outreach, in case you haven't noticed, because I'm always mentioning it. And it's something that's actually made me most excited. And often than not, I take on many different roles, sometimes not always human, but it's been a ton of fun. For the Dogwood Arts House and Garden Show, that was my favorite thing. And probably the most interesting thing I learned that day is that people like or dislike frogs. Luckily, it attracted a lot of people, and I advocated for our Stormwater Matters program involved in water quality conservation and preservation, but also AmeriCorps and different efforts they could do with the Water Quality Forum. And luckily that weekend alone, I think it was a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I talked to over 500 people by myself. And that was a great way to engage. And they were from all over, not just Knoxville. So it's great to get people involved with Knoxville and Farragut, of course. Also, on March 22nd, myself, in conjunction with Lori Sal of our sustainability program here at the town of Farragut, organized a plant giveaway and planting demonstration at Founders Park. We gave away, I believe, 4 different types of species of plants, which are all native to East Tennessee. Beautyberry, black gum tree, American plum, and buttonbush. And we gave away quite a bit, and also we planted a new dogwood tree at Founders Park to help give the public a better idea of, we can talk about native plants all we want. How are they going to know how to plant them and take care of them? That's the primary way, and so I was very fortunate to be involved with that. Another huge event I was involved with was River Rescue. It is not only just, it's an IMS hosted event, that all of the AmeriCorps members are pretty much involved with. There were over 40 sites for the River Rescue this year. I was in First Creek in the heart of Knoxville, but that entire dumpster was filled with trash from that stream. And to see that impact on our central city, and to see what we can do in one day, not even a full day, maybe 5 hours, shows how much just a little bit of effort we can go through, and if we work together, we can help our system. And also on the left-hand picture, there's a picture of our past AmeriCorps member here for the town of Farragut, Josh, sitting very regally on a mountain of tires. All those were from the stream system as well. Another thing we were involved with was our local community college of Pellissippi was hosting an Earth Day event, and we did go ahead and represent our community, but also tell people that, hey, if you want to get involved, come and get in contact with us. It's an awesome fisheye photo, courtesy of Jason Scott. Now, Earth Fest was probably my biggest event for this year. It is the first year in quite a while that it was actually held in World's Fair Park on April 26th, and it was huge. There was an estimated, I believe, 10,000 people that attended that event alone. And for myself, I was responsible for the character development in terms of their storyline, their costumes, their makeup, everything to assist the scavenger hunt, which was another huge portion of that event. That was possibly the most fun I've had in a really long time. I was involved in drama club as in high school and a little bit of college, and so to get back into my costuming ideals and makeup was fantastic. You guys should really go next year. It's a lot of fun. Waterfest was another event that we have. It's an I'm hosted event, and that was interesting. We had about 1,100 students and kids attend that event over 6 schools from all over the county, and I assisted mostly with bottle rockets, but it's all a event in regards to water, pure water. Doesn't matter. Anything from chemical to let's just have fun shooting bottle rockets. And it's so much fun to see these kids just get excited about our most primary aspect and resource on this planet. It really is. All right, and the more hardcore portion of my year was actually spent with identifying storm drains, mapping, and performing dry weather screening of the Turkey Creek watershed, and handling the recycling and data collection here at Town Hall. The mapping the Turkey Creek watershed, I went through about 6 or 7 different portions of the stream, usually very long portions, and I went through and I looked through and tried to find any illicit discharge sites, anything that dumped into our little pipes that went into our stream, or big pipes in that regard. I made sure that they were all in compliance, and to make sure that nothing that wasn't supposed to be happening wasn't happening, and luckily I didn't find any of those this year. Search for the lost storm drains. I did go around to every single one of our parks here in the town of Farragut, McPhee, Mayor Bob, Anchor, a couple others, and I made sure that all of our storm drains and inlets were marked to make sure that people understood that those aren't just there for decoration. They're there for a purpose, and we have to make sure that we also do our part to make sure nothing that's not supposed to go down there goes down there. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. And also, just a word to the wise, please use gloves when using curb glue. I found that out the hard way. It took me forever to get that off. For here for recycling at Town Hall, you've probably seen me walking around, some of you at least, with huge bags all around with different recycling products, tin, plastic, cardboard, paper, and I've been lucky enough to help keep tracking and data of everything that we were able to sort here at Town Hall alone. Even though this number has kind of gone up because I just collected about 70 pounds today, but over 900 pounds of recycling was recycled here at Town Hall alone. I really do endorse this idea of Town Hall, and I really do hope that it does continue. I would like to thank the Board of Mayors and everyone here at the town of Farragut for making me feel so welcome here. As a Floridian, it was kind of a jump in terms of environment, and everybody is so kind here, and I wanted to thank every single one of you for your time and consideration. And as I hope to achieve my master's degree here at UT, go Vols.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
You know, the fellow we had last year, I think, was from Michigan, and when his time was up, he defected from Michigan and came to live here. Are you considering defecting from Florida?
I'm adding to it. I will be staying here hopefully for my graduate degree. I don't know.
We'll see. I'll bet.
That is great.
Wow.
Mayor, if I could add to that, I think just for our stormwater program in general, Jason Scott, our coordinator, has done a tremendous job with the program in the 4 years I've been here, and certainly with his background in AmeriCorps, was able to really get us involved in AmeriCorps, and it's really helped our program just reach the next level, having the AmeriCorps members come in each year and help with our program. And as you could tell, Gwen really hated her job. She just couldn't stand it at all. So we really appreciate Gwen's help this year, helping Jason with the program, and certainly look forward to next year having another AmeriCorps member as well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Loved your presentation. It was really nice.
Next item then is Citizens Forum.
We have no one signed
Nobody?
up.
Next item is business items. First one is approval of amendments to the Beautification Committee charter and bylaws.
Let's do it.
I'll do it. Mayor, I can present this. This agenda item, we talked about this at the last workshop when the board appointed members to the Beautification Committee. What you had requested to do was add one member to the Beautification Committee, which would put those total number of members to 11. And so we were just asking to put this forward so that we could have a full slate of members for the Beautification Committee by changing these bylaws. And we would recommend approval.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next item is appointment of the Board of Mayor and Alderman member to the Planning Commission. Currently, that's you, Ron.
That is me.
Would you like to stay
I'll
on?
do it again if you want me to.
We want you to.
Does he have to recuse himself, which gives us not a
No.
quorum?
He can vote.
All right. Well, I'll nominate you,
And I'll second it. And we'll vote.
and you have to vote.
I will.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then the second part of that is appointment, the mayoral appointments, and there are 4 whose terms are up, right? And that is Ed Whiting, Rita, Ed, the other Ed,
St. Clair.
And who else?
Ron was your fourth one.
Okay. Well, whatever the case, I'm reappointing all of them.
I think that's it.
And that takes us to Town Administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. In front of you are some new maps that we were just able to get created. Sue Stoll, our Parks and Leisure Services Director, has been working hard with Visit Knoxville, and they came up with this design and map layout. And the goal of these is to put these in all the hotels here in town, and that way when visitors have questions about where they can go to eat or to shop or to go and exercise, get on the Greenbelt trails, visit a park, they'll be able to get that from these maps. And so we had several, I think 1,000 printed off, I think originally, and we're getting those out to the hotels this week. So hopefully we'll start seeing these circulating throughout town here before too long. Also coming up this next week is a couple of huge events in town. Some of the bigger ones that we have. First is July 3rd, Red, White, and Blues event that the Farragut Business Alliance came to you earlier to talk about. That's going to be going on by the Farragut Press Enterprise. They're next to Ingalls from 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. on July 3rd. And then on July 4th is our annual July 4th parade, and we start that at 9:30. I think everybody starts pulling down around 9, so if you're in the parade this year and can attend, then get there a little early so we can get you on the float. So anyway, we've got a full slate already. 95 different people are going to be in the parade, so it should be a great event. We're looking forward to it. And that's all I have to report.
And I think that means we are done for tonight.
Thank you, Sue, for doing this. This is really good.
This is not a new record.